y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working in my memory planner for the week of July 25th through the 31st. One of our last big summer adventures was heading to Busch Gardens, so I have a bunch of pictures from that. I have some pieces from the Hip Kit Club, some exclusive pieces from an earlier set this summer that I'm going to use, and otherwise I'll put you guys on fast forward. It should be a fun, simple plan with me in my memory planner. Let's go. All right, so to get started, we are going to just mat all these pictures just to bring in a little bit of this light color. I love the kind of light color scheme. This was from a Hip Kit Club collection. It maybe was the month of June. I'm not sure. It feels like my Hip Kit Club collections are very quickly catching it, like they're gathering up. I cannot use them fast enough, which is what happened before. Let me know if you have that trouble with kind of some of the subscription kits. I love getting them, but even as someone that crafts all the time, I cannot use all of the materials fast enough. Like I already have another one on the way for the month of August, and I definitely did not use last month's at all. So that's just me. Let me know if you have the same and kind of what you do about it. I'm considering maybe pausing again, just so I make sure I don't get too many supplies in my craft space. So we'll see. All right. So this particular weekend, this particular week, we actually took a little family trip down to Williamsburg to visit Busch Gardens. And so I wanted to set all of those pictures off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm trimming down this kind of dark map paper, and I'm going to make it the size of just the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday boxes, so that it like pops off, and those pictures will be set off as their own separate event, and then I can like mix and match right there. So I'm just double checking all of the sizes so I can make sure I cut it as close as possible. I'm not actually usually real big on like measuring and making sure everything is really even, but I did want to fill in those boxes. So we'll start with that and kind of put it down over here on the side, and then I will end up bringing that dark blue over onto the left side of the page just because it's such an impactful piece. It felt a little bit heavy to just have it on one side. So I'll start to get the pictures arranged. These are all pictures that are going to be from the weekend. I play a lot with the placement of pictures. How can I make more fit? How can I make them look nice? Sometimes I like to do wonky. More times than not, I like my pictures straight up and down. I don't like to turn them side to side too often. And I want to see how many I can fit on the page and what looks good. This one felt a little crowded to me to get all 5, so I'm gonna like play and move them around and see what it looks like to move the big one in the middle. I think it's a lot of like trial and error when you're trying to decide spatially what looks good on the page. I don't ever like to overthink it because it's, it's in the end, it's just pictures on a page, and it's not that important whether it looks totally balanced. But I do, because I'm doing it in a pretty way, I want it to be balanced. I want it to look nice and easy on the eye, so I will change it up. More times than not, I do go with symmetry like I do right here, and we'll just balance all those pictures on the page that way. All right, so time to get everything down on the page just using regular adhesive. So we'll put these down, and then like I said, I'm gonna pull out that blue paper, and this is where it gets a little bit weird because it's very blocky over on the right. You got a big rectangle, and then of course all the pictures straight up and down, and then I'm gonna go kind of not blocky over here. I'm going to rip this paper to bring in a big kind of stripe of color on the side. You can see I rip it in a really like organic shape. So that is gonna be weird. We will line up those pictures. They won't be wonky over there. I will do them vertically, and it's interesting to kind of balance the two sides, like the two images, just because I don't need everything to be blocky. I kind of prefer it sometimes just because I like things to make sense to me. But I think once I do these photos vertical, it all lines up. I hope that all that makes sense. Like if everything on the left side was tilted, wonky is what I call it, and then everything on the right side was lined up, then that might be weird. But I think just that one stripe going down doesn't really throw it off because all of the pictures are lined up really nicely on that side. So it all makes sense in my head. Plus, when you're filling in a bunch of other stuff, like a bunch of other ephemera and stickers and writing, it all kind of comes together in the end. And I put elements on both sides just so that it can balance out. All right, time to look at stickers and paper pieces. Let's pull out all the paper pieces. This is the other most fun part of memory planning for me. It's kind of like playing with stickers, but these are easier to move around. So I'll put paper pieces all over the place. I'll move them around and play with the placement, and it goes pretty fast. You guys, memory planning does not have to take very long. In fact, if it takes too long, then the odds that you fall behind are super high. So don't overthink things. Pick one theme, one scheme, and go with it. That's why I really like grabbing for my Hip Kit Club kits, because you have all the paper, the ephemera, all the things that go together are already all together. So I just have to pull from those pieces, stick a few things here and there to liven it up, because of course I like really full memory planner spread. So I do like to fill it up as much as possible. So, and I really like word stickers. So all of that gets included, and I just try not to hold back and not overthink it too much. So we'll just kind of do some clusters of pieces here and there, some hearts, some fun summary plants and cameras and phrases, and that'll be it for this page. It kind of comes together super fast. So once I get all of these elements on here, then I will go through and attach them all with my Tombow adhesive, and then we'll work on some larger titles that I will add to this as well. All right, next step, like I said, is going to be adhering everything down, and then I'm going to use some of the puffy alpha. Now, I usually try to stay away from any super dimensional things in my memory planner. My memory planners get super bulky because I use so much paper. I layer paper a lot, and that adds a lot of bulk and weight. But I really, really liked the alpha stickers that came with this particular Hip Kit Club set, and I wanted to do a big bold title on each side. So I will kind of spell out Busch Gardens over here on the right side. I end up having to kind of shift these stickers around, but these pull up really well. They were repositionable, which I very much appreciated. I tried not to press them down too hard when I started, just to make sure there would be an ability to pull them up. So I'll add Busch Gardens over on this side, and then on the other side, I'm going to put the word summer, but I'll kind of break it up and block it off just to add some emphasis to the left side and balance it out. Then the only other steps left to do would be to add the journaling. So I will add some lines to journal on. I go with a soft pink that kind of goes with the spread, and then add my journaling. And then that'll be it for this memory planning spread. It can be simple. It can be easy. I encourage you to give memory planning a try. It's something I really love to do and have really gotten a lot of enjoyment out of. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. As always, I will link the supplies that I use down below. Like I said, most of these are from a collection from the Hip Kit Club, so I will link that below so you can check it out. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for all of your support. It really means a lot, and I just really appreciate all of my patrons and all of you that are watching. I hope that you all have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.